All right, this is Unit 2.3, Example 3 for you guys. Now, this concept is a little bit difficult for students sometimes. I really want you guys to just kind of think it through and kind of really follow along with me. Over here on the right side, I do have just a shortened version of what I've been having you guys write. Hopefully you guys have that in front of you or easy access. If not, feel free to write this down here so you, like I did, so you can very quickly glance at it and identify it. But I'm going to be referencing this as we go on. All right, so this says solve ax plus 7 equals 5. Now pause. So far, we've only dealt with one variable, and right away you could see there are two variables in this problem. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if there are two variables in the problem, you cannot solve it in the way that we have a nice, pretty number on one side of the equal sign. That means that something is going to still be left, okay? You can only solve equations for variables when there's only one variable. But it says here, solve for, what does it want us to isolate? When it says for, that's telling us what we want to isolate. And I want to isolate x. So I'm going to identify first which variable they want me to solve for. And I'm going to identify it, underline it, box it, highlight it for you guys. That's what I want you guys to do when you're solving for it. And then just like before, everything that is not that variable I am solving for has got to go and move to the other side. All right, let's go through my checklist. 1, is the left side simplified? Yes, ax plus 7, there are no like terms. I cannot simplify. Right side, only 5, can't simplify. 2, I only have, even though there's two variables, I don't have variables on the same side, and they're not the same variables that can combine anyways. A and x are different variables. They can't combine. So because of that, I'm not moving anything. And then step 3, move the numbers. So for this one here, what is the 7 doing to the a times x? Because that is not just ax. It's a times x. What is it doing? It's subtracting. So this is, it's adding. So what do we need to do? We need to subtract. So what I do to the left, I do to the right. Okay, that's this first step here. And this goes away, and I'm left with what remains. What have I not touched? Ax. So ax gets brought down. Again, don't move stuff around. Ax is on the left. Keep it on the left side of that equal sign. Put your equal sign, and then put the answer to 5 minus 7 on the right side. Don't move stuff around. So ax equals -2. Now, the next thing you guys want to go ahead and do here is identify what is ax doing to x. What is a doing to x? Now, one thing I want you guys to remember, this is treat it just like a number. If they're side by side, that means a is timesing x. So how do I undo timesing? I divide. And a divided by a, just like if I had 1 divided by 1, is 1. Okay, they simplify and go away, and I'm left with x. And that's my goal, right? In order to solve for x, x needs to be alone with nothing else in front of it besides a positive 1. If you want to put a 1 there, you can, but you don't have to. And then I have -2 divided by a, but unlike before, the steps are right, but a and -2 cannot simplify, so my final answer is -2 divided by a. And kids don't like that because they want nice, pretty answers. And a lot of times for formulas, especially when you guys go to geometry or science classes, that just doesn't happen. And you might need to isolate a variable before you can solve for a formula. So that's why this is extremely important. But that is how you solve, how to identify and solve for a variable when there are multiple variables in there.